This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
Welcome to today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. I'm Roby Brock, joined today by the new AT&T Arkansas president, Ronnie Dedman. Congratulations, my friend. I'm so proud of you. I've known you for so long, and it's a great step up for you, and I'm super proud for you. So,
well, thank you.
I think there's a lot of people who know you but don't know you. So tell me where you grew up, how you got into this field of telecommunications, how you found your way to AT&T.
Okay, well, from Northeast Arkansas, born.
That's way too vague.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you more. I'm getting you close. From Northeast Arkansas, I was born in Newport, raised in Tuckerman, Arkansas.
Oh, yes.
And from there, I went to Jonesboro, Arkansas. I went to Arkansas State University and graduated from there. And from there, spent a little time in Pine Bluff, and then, gosh, in the 80s, I made my way to Little Rock. So Little Rock's my home now, and have found ways to, plug into the community here in Little Rock. I volunteer out at Watershed every holiday, and have been on the board of Food Bank and also Boys and Girls Club. And then also very proud that I spent 10 years on the board at Pulaski Tech.
Yep.
So just, this is home now. I've been here longer than I've been anywhere.
Yeah. So how did you find your way to AT&T? How did you find your, what did you graduate from?
Arkansas State University.
What did you get your degree in?
Political science.
Political science.
Political
wow.
Science, yeah.
Well, that helps you out at the state capitol, but I don't know if that helps you in telecom, does it?
Well, it does. Based on what my job is, yes, it does. Yeah. So I was introduced to then Southwestern Bell by a very influential lady, my mother.
Yes.
My mother was employed by Southwestern Bell and told me that they were hiring interns for the summer. And she suggested very strongly that I go out and get a job. So I went to Southwestern Bell, got a job, worked 3 months, just fresh out of high school. And from there, left after 3 months, came back 3 years later, looking for employment again in the summer in Jonesboro. Knew that they were hiring again for the summer, so hired on there, thinking that I'd work another summer and then go somewhere else. But I guess it stuck. I'm still here with AT&T Southwestern.
So you moved through a lot of different divisions over your time, operations, I would presume, and obviously in a lot of different management roles. You would have been under the tutelage at one point in time of maybe Mr. Bill Keltner back in the day, and Eddie Drilling, obviously.
Yes, I was.
Whom you're succeeding.
That's exactly right. AT&T's been a great place to have a career. I've worked for them all my life, but I've had several different jobs while I've been there, and every job I had I thought would be the best job I'd ever get, and then another job would come along and I would say, man, this is the best job I've ever had. So I truly think that the job I have now is the best job.
Well, I don't know. Where do you go from here? You just have to take over all of corporate, I suppose.
Well,
at that point
we'll
in time.
see.
So,
we'll see.
Well, let's keep you in this president's role for a while, because I like stability, and it's good to have people I know in the right place there.
This is where I want to be.
Tell me what you're going to be doing in that role. What have you inherited? What will be kind of your leadership style? What do you see as some of the big challenges that you'll be dealing with?
Okay. So I think I'm starting from a good spot. You mentioned Eddie Drilling. Eddie was our leader for 15 plus years and always kept us, laser focused on the target, where we need to be and what direction we need to go in. So I think, my responsibilities will include focusing on all the important initiatives that are important to AT&T. And along with that, Arkansas is a great place for us to do business. The leaders here are forward thinkers and sort of promote pro-business, and all that lends itself to good, strong, positive investments in the state. So, that's the other thing I'll be involved in, sort of addressing where we invest and how we invest and those sort of things.
One of the hot rumors, I know it's out there publicly, is that the big downtown AT&T building is for sale. You guys are going to be transitioning to, I think, a western campus, if you haven't already done that. What's going to happen with the building downtown? Any clue?
Well, that's true.
It's a big old building.
Well, it is big old, yes. That's true. The building has been and is for sale. Pretty much for efficiency reasons. The employees that are there now, most will migrate to other locations that we have in town. My group will look for space that we can lease downtown. We haven't secured any space yet, but we'll be staying downtown where the action is.
All right, you're not taking your Capitol hat off, you have told me in the past, even though you've got this new role here. Tell me why you will stay as plugged in up at the Capitol on policy issues as you have been in the past.
Well, one thing is that I have probably 20 years of relationships out there at the Capitol with legislators, the governor's office, and you just don't throw those relationships away. And I think we all understand and know that relationships are a key piece of the business. So while I might not be out there every day, all day, I'll bet you'll see me a lot.
All right. Technology obviously changing at the speed of light. It's hard to keep up with things as quickly as they change. What do you think is kind of right on the horizon in terms of new stuff that we'll see? Is it going to be a network systems upgrade? Is it going to be where we move past 4G and LTE? Is it going to be more in combination with content, and such as the Time Warner merger and how all that plays out with AT&T? What's kind of the next big thing kind of right there on the
Can I say all of the above and we move on, huh? Because I think you pretty much nailed it. But we've got several key initiatives that we're working on here in Arkansas and around the country actually. And one of them I'll talk to you about is our small cell deployment effort. And that's a way for us to bring our network closer to the consumer, the customer. And I'll get you to look at it this way with me. So just a few years ago, I carried one device, one cell phone. And generally you talked on that phone and you also sent a text message. Well, today I carry two smartphones and you can do everything you want to do. I mean, there are many computers. I carry an iPad and then I also have a smart watch. Okay. So the traffic on our network has increased 250,000% over the last several years. You may say that number again?
250,000%.
Yeah, and the forecast is that it's just going to keep going in that direction. So we could try to build microwave towers all over downtown Little Rock as an example, and that wouldn't work. Yeah. Number one, they wouldn't let us. The technology is such that we can install many microwave towers on utility poles, traffic lights, and that will relieve some of the traffic from our network. So these small cell nodes, as we call them, have a little antenna that mounts to the utility pole. You come down the pole, there's radio equipment attached to the pole, and then we run fiber to the pole. So that relieves some of the immediate congestion that we have on our network. It's also, these small cell nodes are the foundation for the future. You mentioned 5G. 5G is just around the corner, so this will help when we're ready to launch 5G.
What are speeds with 5G? How fast is that?
Gigabit. I mean, you can get gigabit speeds with, it's a game changer.
So I could download a movie in like 3 seconds on my
pretty quick
iPhone.
Yeah.
Good grief. Yeah. All right.
And then also, cities want to become smart cities. So with this small cell technology, you'll be able to help them do that. And then it won't be long before we see self-driving cars on the streets of our cities here in Arkansas. So with our small cell deployment effort, it's going to benefit things immediately and then also lay the foundation for the future.
So what you're trying to tell me is that pay phones and phone booths are not coming back anytime soon.
Well, I would say no. When's the last time you saw one? I can't remember the last time I saw one.
It was probably a 1970s movie that I probably saw.
Maybe I should say, when's the last time you used one?
Right. Oh, wow. Interesting stuff. All right, he's Ronnie Dedman, the new AT&T president. Congratulations again, my friend.
Thank you.
Proud for you.
Thank you.
President of Arkansas, let me specify that.
AT&T Arkansas.
Lest Randall Stevenson get a little nervous about you moving up the chain there.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. That's all for today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. I'm Roby Brock. We'll see you next time.
Arkansas Electric Cooperative Corporation provides electric energy across 2/3 of Arkansas. This is an exciting time in our energy history, with incredible progress being made in renewable energy and storage technologies. As our energy portfolio continues to diversify, we'll maintain an all-the-above strategy to provide reliable and affordable electricity. Ever since the first light bulbs were placed in our members' homes, the electric cooperatives have been the solutions provider for our members, and we want to continue that well into the future.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas and America, moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us.
Oh, I love you too, sweetie.
Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.